Today's mystery takes us back to the town of Dothan. Dothan being the town that Joseph's brothers wanted to unalive him. They throw him in the well and then they sell him into slavery. But did you know that Elisha was besieged by the Syrians in that same very town, Dothan? Quick reminder on what Dothan means. Two wells, kind of like two choices, two options. What did we learn, what was it, yesterday? About the fact that the well that Joseph was thrown into represented Israel not accepting Jesus as their Messiah because, an empty cistern or broken cistern can hold no water, no living waters. So the one well represents the wrong path, but the second well, let's get into that. So an interesting connection being that Elisha ends up with a double portion, and Joseph also gets a double blessing later. So that's an interesting connection. Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And then this was right before Elijah was taken up. So Elijah went up in a whirlwind into heaven, and Elijah saw it, and he cried. So this happens first, and Elisha is not besieged by the Syrians in Dothan until after. So that's a rapture typology for Elijah being taken up. So the rapture's happened. So something that the Israelites will see when the rapture happens and they see that they're still here. Just after Elisha is besieged by Assyria, he says something interesting here. He says, and he answered, they shall not smite them. Wouldest thou smite those whom thou hadst taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink, and go to their master. And he prepared great provision for them. And when they had eaten and drunk, sent them away, and they went to their master. So the bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. So what I'm thinking the connection is here is that God will provide and protect Israel during the Great Tribulation, during the second half. So you'll notice it says, they're going to be fleeing to the mountains. Let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. And here where it says, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. What did Jesus tell his disciples? All right, so this is about following Jesus. You're going to have to trust in God at that point if you're in Judea at the time. And he said unto them, take nothing for your journey, neither staves nor scrip, neither bread, neither money, neither have two coats apiece. I'm thinking that the reason that Joseph's colorful coat is the way it was, of course I'm thinking rainbow, right? God's promise to not flood the earth again, he puts in the sky at the time of Noah. And so I'm thinking rainbow, protection, I'm thinking provision. I'm thinking protection and provision, that God's going to basically give the Israelites a double portion during the time of the Great Tribulation. At that time, they're going to realize that they screwed up and that the God Almighty, and then we got Jesus, and they're going to realize that Jesus is the actual Messiah, that they had been waiting for the wrong one and that they missed the boat. I don't know. It's something. I'm feeling something, kind of a connection with all that. What do you think?